All right, guys. So after completing the simulation, I would say we worked pretty well as a team. Did anyone think there was anything super difficult or challenging about the process at all?
No.
I don't think so. I think we all worked really well together. Like, we all, throughout the course of the simulation, really communicated, and everybody, you know, like, informed each other about problems that they were having, or like if they needed something, and then we were able to like discuss like if somebody needed medical supplies or if somebody should stay back. We like all made those decisions kind of as a unit.
Yeah, and I think what really helped was like when we like submitted like our decisions, like we couldn't go on like alone. We had to still like move as a group because like our group leader had to like say yes to like everyone's decision, you know.
Yeah, it was very helpful because we're all trying to kind of accomplish the same goal, and no one really took charge too much. We were kind of like all leading each other, which worked well for this kind of interaction.
Definitely.
Is there anything that we could have done differently, in your opinions? I know that we had some technical issues with knowing how to work the program. We didn't know how to use the oxygen tanks, but other than that, was there anything that you think we could have done differently?
I think the only thing we definitely could have done better is we all could have like looked into how the simulation really worked and like the controls and everything, like with the oxygen container situation. Like none of us were aware of it. It wasn't our fault, but still we could have done more to find that information.
Gone a little bit farther than just watching that like intro video and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think like team-wise, like we just worked pretty well as a group.
Yeah, we all listened to each other. Like, nobody tried to like talk over somebody else or like dominate how they felt about something. We all got along.
Yeah, no one also tried to like go off and do their own thing and not really listen to everyone else's opinion in the group.
Yeah, definitely.
And what about communication? We did have a little bit of difficulty in the beginning getting in touch with everybody, but after we were all on board, ready to go, we seemed to be able to get in touch with everybody pretty regularly. It was easy to set up a time to meet.
Everyone showed up.
Everybody showing up.
Once we got like a common form of communication that worked for everyone, everything went smoothly.
Yeah, nobody forgot anything. Like, everybody brought their computer, everybody, you know, kind of knew what they wanted to do, so that helped.
Yeah.
I think, just the communication at the beginning was our only big struggle with actual communication throughout the whole process of it.
Yeah, it was like starting the communication, not the communication itself.
Good point. Very good point. We all have a super common goal here to get a good grade and do well in this assignment, which kind of makes it easier to do your part and be a member of the group versus you know, kind of being able to do things individually and compile it.
Yeah, and I think like we didn't only like want ourselves to get it. Well, I know like I didn't like only want myself to get a good grade. I want you guys to as well.
Right.
And I think like everyone feels the same way, and that like helps us work like together as a team better.
Something. I'm sorry. I'm gonna the fact that like the simulation made sure that we all had individual goals as well as team goals, and I like how before any decision we made, you know, moving on to the next round, we always consulted each other on our individual goals as well as the goals of the team, so we could make the best overall decision.
Yeah, I agree. I liked like even like with our individual goals, we still like consulted with the whole team. Like I definitely like didn't make my own like individual decisions like really by myself.
Right.
It's still like a team goal, you know?
Yeah.
Decision.
I think the fact that like for all the meetings and whatnot, we all had to be here and take part in the same thing and work together with it instead of like breaking it up into chunks and saying each person has to take care of their own thing and then we'll all compile it together in the end really helped because it wasn't it kind of fostered that whole teamwork and didn't really separate us.
Yeah, definitely.
I think our communication with like, especially with the medical supplies and like how like some people were like sick and other people like there was like multiple people sick at one time, like multiple people needed certain things, and we really tried to talk about, okay, well like if you're the marathoner, you like have more oxygen so you can like carry things more, or like maybe you should take the inhaler because you will need it the most because you're the worst at climbing.
Right.
So we like had a comment, we all made the decision together of like who should get what medical supplies when, and like who should stay back when they need to.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it did get a little tricky at times because, like, the medic person could only give one supply to one person for each stage. So you had to kind of weigh the pros and cons of each. But I think we handled it very maturely and kind of talking it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like technology, I'm not great at that, so that was like, I mean, I think that was just like our main issue, pretty much, just like being able how to like figure it out, but like, that was about it. And like, we didn't, I don't know, I think we communicate a lot better like in person than like over the phone.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like, the results that we got from the actual simulation did not reflect at all how our communication went throughout the process. We really didn't have any communication issues. We just didn't know how to work the program.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot more difficult if we tried to use the like text communication that came with the simulation and all did it in separate areas and do it through that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know personally through text, it's a lot more difficult to understand all the little like nuances and stuff.
Absolutely.
The in-person interaction is much more useful.
Yeah, and like it would have been so hectic over like that little text. All of us would have been like, what the heck is going on? Like, how do I start this? Like, am I supposed to give, you know, like we were able to like actually like it wasn't
and we could also like show each other what are on each of our computer screens because I know we couldn't see everything for each person.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
So we could really understand the like issues and goals of each person throughout the whole simulation.
I think one thing that like I've seen in other groups that's not good is like they like always divide and conquer, and like we didn't do that. Like we really did everything as a group, and like we made decisions together, and we didn't say, okay, you do this and like you do that. We didn't delegate things to different people. Like we all did it together, and I think as a result we got things done a lot more, I don't know, effectively, and a lot, I don't know, just better for everybody else because it's not.
Well, it's like it's more united front when everybody's doing everything together. It's a little less. The division isn't there. Like everybody applied the same amount of work. It's
There's
not
no fracture.
you write 2 pages because that's what this assignment says, and you do 2 pages because that's what this says. Like everybody contributed the same amount, which is a lot easier to do when you do everything in a collective group.
I've also noticed in other group projects when you do the whole divide and conquer, when you put it all together, everyone starts judging the other people's work.
Right.
Or
to
it
their
doesn't
own.
flow properly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't congeal.
People start getting defensive. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah, so I think that was pretty useful.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think it's cool how like all of us, you know, before this whole thing started, none of us knew each other. Well, okay, we like had like mutual friends and stuff like that, but like we were all able to come here and like get along really well and like basically function as if we like known each other for a long time. You know?
Absolutely.
Because of that common goal, you know, that we all have.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, and like I mean, we worked well as a group, I think.
I mean, even if we did have a common goal, like there could still be like one person in a group who's like kind of going against it and whatnot. And I think we were pretty fortunate to have someone like that.
Absolutely.
And I think for this project, it's kind of like hard to have to, cause like you really do have to work as a group for this project. Like you can't really like go individually because like again like you have like he had to like say yes to all of our like decisions.
Yeah,
and
before
stuff.
like he went. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, being apart, like, and having to like communicate through like cell phones and messages and stuff, that would have been a barrier. That would have made like the whole process like 3 times longer.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I don't even think like I would have like been able to do it because I do not understand computers or anything.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, our collective everything has just been really on point. We're finding time to meet. It's not being an issue. We have a place to meet. Everything's just kind of going really well.
Definitely.
And I'd say it's being reflected in the work that we're doing. We're getting everything done, and it's solid. Yeah.
I had a question. When you were like put as group leader in the simulation, like, did you feel like you had to like take charge and be like a leader like in outside the simulation when we're all talking? Because you did a really good job of kind of like not taking too much control, but also leading along.
Yeah.
Well, I just felt like the best like I really didn't have any more information than anyone else in the group did. Like, that position was just kind of randomly assigned. So
Yeah.
I feel like me making a decision over someone else's decision as opposed to making a decision as a collective whole wouldn't be as productive. So
Yeah.
that's why I took the approach to just kind of like let the whole group make the decision instead.
Yeah, I think like the title team leader was just like, so like it would make it so like we could put out all of our like decisions at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think
You didn't let it like get you though and kind of be like over or like embrace
Power
the power
hungry.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power hungry. That's what I was looking for.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
Like,
good.
Yeah, the whole point of this project I think really was to like pretty much like force you to work as a team because I just don't see like how it would have been possible to work like individually for this, you know?
Yeah, like without meeting it. If it was an option to do this separately, I don't think I would have chose that option.
Yeah,
I think this
exactly.
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
That just would have added way too many extra complications
Mhm.
that were unnecessary.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. What do you think?
Same.
But all in all, I think it went really, really well, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to work with you guys again for the
Yeah.
the case study group.
I'll work with you guys there.
I'm excited to walk out of this project knowing that it's all done and it was done well, and
Mhm.
and I'm not
Productively.
gonna have any issues with working with anybody again because we didn't have any issues to start. So
Yeah.
it's definitely relaxing for
Yeah.
sure.
The final outcome is something we can all be proud of,
Absolutely,
which makes it that much sweeter.
Exactly.
absolutely.
Mhm.
We have just hit 10 minutes.
Boom.
That's a wrap.